Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we will be discussing Mohamed Salah and his whole situation, his old saga. But before that, I just want to say a massive thank you to Callum for coming on the channel to discuss what Liverpool need during the transfer window. Just went through a few rumours, what business we'd like to see done this summer. And yeah, that is video so far is the most viewed video on my channel. Things got over 300 views, and the subscribers from that we've jumped up to 27. So a massive thank you to Callum for coming on, and a massive thank you to everyone that watched the video, liked, shared and subscribed. But yeah, back to the main business, and that is the guy that is sat that side of me, Mohamed Salah. What's gonna happen with him? And the title that I've called this video is the saga Liverpool don't need. It's don't need, and there's a lot of reasons why this saga has to be wrapped up. So what do we know so far? So he's got a year left to run on his current contract, which is due for next summer 2023. For what a friend has told me, the contract length's not an issue. The rumoured one was 2026. Like, the length was done, but it's the money that is the big stumbling block. I think the club have offered him between upwards of the 300 grand mark. It's between 250 and 300. That's what a good friend's told me, and he's been pretty much spot on about this since it first came out in January about his contract. Length's not an issue. Still, far apart when it comes to money. So I trust him on this, which is such an odd one because he's got a year left on his deal, and I don't see this saga coming to a head this summer. I don't see an end to it because at the moment he's set to leave on the free next summer, which would be bad business. Which is bad business for me. You shouldn't be letting your star asset leave on a free. Because for me that's bad business. But it's so tough because when the first contracts rumours were coming out, it was in January before AFCON. And right then Salah was banging goals. He was arguably the best forward in the world. And like when like the money was like, he wants 400 grand, wants 500 grand, which wasn't true. Didn't believe he wanted 500 grand. But when I was like, I want 400 grand a week. You're looking at the numbers, you're probably going, yeah, probably deserves it, based on this form. AFCON happened. Egypt weren't great. Came runners up to Senegal. I know he got a lot of stick in that tournament, but like Egypt were poor to watch. I did a watch along on Let's Talk Sport for the final. Egypt were really bad. Salah was their best player, best outfield player. Got 75% of their goal contributions, 2 goals and 1 assist. Apart from the goalkeepers, he was the best outfield player for Egypt, and Egypt were horrible to watch. So like, he didn't win the AFCON. He came back. And his form has dipped. There's no denying that his form has dipped. Has it dipped to the extent that people have said it's dipped? No. Because the standards we were judging him beforehand, before he went to AFCON, was, Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or level. And since then, his form has dropped. It's dropped off since then, but his goal contributions were still pretty high. But his form's dropped. He looked tired, he looked leggy. And now we're back to the contract thing again. And him and his agent, well, his agent's been talking. Leaking stuff out. And like this, when Liverpool do transfers and when they do contracts, it's usually gets nipped in the bud like that. Well, I can't click properly, but gets nipped in the bud fairly quickly. You either signed or you get sold. There's not really much of a fuss. I think the last outgoing that really drew headlines was Philippe Coutinho. When he left the Barca, there was a big hoo-ha about him leaving now. Him leaving back in 2018. But with this one, it's different because, as I said, back end of the season, it wasn't great. You put that in with the talking he's been doing off the pitch, the Champions League final, want revenge for Real Madrid, and want revenge for this, I want to win this, I want to do this. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't mind the talking, but you got to back it up. And he has petered off towards the back end of the season, and it's left him at a stage where he can't go to the negotiating table demanding 400 grand a week, which is still the price that he wants a week still. But the back end of the season hadn't helped him to get that wage, so he's now left in the tricky situation. He said he would be open, well, the rumour is saying that he'd be open to join a Premier League club in 2023. Personally, I don't believe that. I believe he's trying to scare the club. He's trying to scare the club into buckling and giving him the wages. But I don't think that's going to work. Because someone's got to give here. If Salah's demand's going to die down and he's going to accept the contract that's on the table, which I don't know, it's between 250 and 300. I think it's closer to 300 grand a week, which is what I said in numerous group chats. It's like 300 grand a week. It should be the tops that we're maxing out at. Maybe you go slightly over with bonuses and stuff like that, but his base should be, you don't top 300 grand a week for me. However, I don't see the club budging either. And now we're left at a stalemate because we can't go into next season with Salah not signed. Because if you think of the circus that's going to happen this summer, will he, won't he, you're going to get that same saga throughout the whole of next season. Every time there's an international break, when the World Cup, even though he's not going to the World Cup, they're still going to be like, oh, is Salah going to stay? Pre-contract's going to be signed with so-and-so and so-and-so. And this is why I've labelled it the saga Liverpool don't need. Because when you're going into the new season, you need to know where every single player is at. Is he staying? Or is he sold? That's why, for me, he's got to sign. He's got to sign or get sold. Which is crazy to say that you could lose Mane and Salah in the same window. And the fact that Julian Ward's coming into the director of football seat, a lot of pressure. But I have to say, the club have got to lay some of this blame. When players get down into the last 2 years of their contract, the club loses its power. Because it's either you give me the big money or I'm going to walk for free, basically. And that's what Salah's going to... It's practically saying to Liverpool, pay me or else I'm willing to go and play for Man City or for Chelsea next season. I don't believe he'll go to United. I don't believe he'll go to Spurs. And he definitely won't go to Arsenal. So he's basically saying, pay me or else I will happily go to play for City or go play for Chelsea. So... It's a tough one. I'm in the belief that he will sign still. Because when you look at the landscape of the market this summer, who's going to pay what it's going to take to get him out of Liverpool? Who's going to pay? Because Hazard walked out of Chelsea for around 100 million. 1 year left. And I know people say who's better, Salah, Hazard, etc., etc. But they're both quality players. But Liverpool would be demanding that. However, they're selling Sadio Mane for around 50. So it's really, really tough. And it's really tough because the club have got to either, is he worth selling? Which I don't think it is, because you're going to... It's so tricky, but he's got nowhere to go this summer, if you look at it. Can't go to Bayern, just about to sign Mane. Can't go to Barcelona, financially a mess. Can't register players. Players are annoyed with contracts and stuff like that. Won't go to PSG. Like, they've got book balancing to do. They've got book balancing to do. Will he go to Italy? Probably not, because they won't afford his wages. The only club I could see put in a bid is Real Madrid. The only club I could see. Why? Bale's off the wage bill. Bale's off the wage bill, and that's around 600 grand a week. And I believe Real Madrid are going to do a bit of squad trimming this summer. But like they're the only club in Europe I can see putting in a bid. And then you got to think, well, if Mo Salah goes, you need a replacement, right? And I had this discussion with a few friends in one of our group chats. It's like, oh yeah, we'll be fine. We'll we can still shop in that 30-40 million pound bracket. And I was like, it's not 16-17 and it's not 17-18 anymore. When we were struggling to get into the top four and just got into the top four round, we're looking to build. We're arguably up there with one of the 3 best clubs in the world at the moment. Liverpool need players for now, and the thing is, the market ain't great this year. It's a poor market. When you look at the top caliber players around, they're either locked into long deals. They're locked into long deals, and they can't get out. Or there's youngsters coming up, but you don't want to put the pressure on them to come in and go, right, you replace Salah. And you replace Mane's goals, which I will do videos this week. Next week. I'll do videos next week to go through potential Mane replacements. And I might do one on Salah, but that all depends on should he stay or should he go, and which would be such a tough one. Let me know in the comments what we should do with Mohamed Salah. Personally, I think we're going to end up keeping him this summer, and I honestly believe he'll sign a new deal. I honestly believe that he will buckle first and go, okay, yeah, I will accept the 300 grand a week that's currently on the table, because there's nowhere better for him at the moment. There's no one that's going to cater their attack to him. He's in the best place for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like, share and subscribe button. You will catch me tonight on the LFC Day Trippers at 10 o'clock with Chris and Kev, and we'll be discussing the Premier League transfer business that needs to be done across all the clubs tonight. And I will be back tomorrow, and I will be previewing UFC Fight Night, Alexander Volkov versus Jorginho Rosenstruik, the big heavyweight main event. It's a big one for both of them because they're at a crossroads at the moment. So make sure you tune in for that. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to hit the like, share and subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon.